Thank you for meeting with me today, Jordan. What seems to be on your mind lately?
Well, it's quite a lot, because I just entered into my graduate. I just started my graduate classes, and um, I have work on the side, and as well as my family, who also like kind of want my time to like help them out with stuff. So I've been having like a lot of trouble like balancing a lot of stuff out.
It seems like you have a lot of responsibilities. It seems like you're dealing with family responsibilities. You're trying to be a grad student, successfully complete the course, and you're working full time.
Yeah.
I can imagine that type of responsibility at the age of what, 22, 23? That's a lot. Have you reached out to anyone for support, for help, or have you kind of tried to talk to your parents about kind of the demands you have versus the demands of the job and school and how you've been trying to balance your time out?
I mean, yeah, the only people I could talk to about like assisting with it is mostly my parents. I just try and let them know sometimes, but it comes off as more of an argumentative like scenario where I'm just like trying to tell them that I'm trying to either read or I have to go do something at work, and they just would want something at that time. Work, I can't really tell them about my personal life problems and stuff, as well as school. Lecturers really don't have time for that.
Three. Two questions. When you mean argumentative, I would imagine you're the first person going to school, right? You're a first generation college student, is that correct?
It's correct.
So your parents are kind of having a hard time understanding the commitment it would take to finish a program that's pretty rigorous.
Yeah.
Because they haven't experienced that.
Yeah, they don't really understand a lot of like what I'm going through. I would think to them it's a kind of like school feels like a place you just go to, come back home, and then you just pass through every year simply as the last, and before you know it, you're just done with it. But it's hard to explain to them the difficulties of like assignments and tests and exams, and trying to keep my GPA up, and they'll ask. They really don't even know much about it, what a GPA even is. So it's like, even if I'm trying to explain to them of what I'm going through at school, they don't really know what it is.
Have you shared this concern with anyone else, whether your siblings or your friends at all?
Yeah, I mean, possibly the person who knows most of my life would just be like my close friends. But it's more of just like an exchange of like problems, or just like what I'm going through. Not really much to solve there, because I mean we would be also going through like the same things maybe as friends and stuff. Just having to balance out a trifecta of things: school, family, and work.
If you had to put your time in a pie chart, right? From greatest to least of how you spend your time, what does that look like from a priority perspective?
The pie chart. I feel it will be mostly colored into be work, of course. Work is a given time though, so I can say for certain how much of the pie chart that one takes up, followed by family stuff, because it's like once I'm at home, which is where I'd spend time if I'm not at work or at school, it's a lot of helping out with the family, and then that little me time that I get, then it's where it's school stuff like studying assignments, and yeah.
So it seems to me because you're at home the whole time, you don't really have time to be by yourself or be independent. I would imagine, forgive me for asking this, and please share if you feel welcome to. But do you live with your parents all day every day, where they're completely together, or are they separated, where you're going to and from to support different parents? Their support, their responsibilities, things like that.
I live with my parents, but they're separated, so it's like I would live with my mom for maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and then go to my dad for 1 or 2 weeks, and it's not really because of a living situation thing, but just because I'm gonna be required to kind of like help my mom for like that half of the month, and then if I stay too long at my mom's, my dad's going to like question me and be like, why aren't I like coming to help him out? I'm just like spending all my time helping my mom out, so then I have to shift to my dad's place maybe for the second half of the month, and then whatever he wants me to help him out with whenever he's busy with his work, then I help him, and then same goes with my mom.
Just seems like you're balancing the demands of both parents, as well as trying to provide them with the points of why you're trying to go to school and how you're trying to set yourself up for more success later on. Have you shared this with any of your professors, academic advisors, career counselors, anything like that, as you navigate your academic requirements? I know that you have to meet a certain GPA, of course, in order to stay in good standing with the university. How has that been going?
As far as academic advisor goes, I've already like being able to directly talk to one. I'm still on that path of trying to seek more professional help, but so far it's just been my lecturers and stuff that I talk to for academic advice. I just let them know that the reasons as to like my performance not being the best is because it's not my 100%. It's not giving my 100% time, my 100% effort, and I'm more willing to do more work, which some of them are understanding, and they're willing to give me, some give me like a little extra help with some of my understandings to assignments, because if I'm on my own and I'm at home, I really don't have time to like read that out or study my own course material.
So your professors have been giving you somewhat of additional deadlines and extensions for your assignments?
Yeah, only a few though. I feel like these are the few that come to like a more understanding. These are the more like accommodating lecturers. The others, some of them just like give off that energy of they're just here for the paycheck, and they just want to get that job done, and whatever you go through is not my problem. So I just have to get my stuff together, and I just give them my work. They give me the results. Deadlines are deadlines.
So do you feel like the professors care about you in the sense that they're trying to do everything in the best benefit for you, or do you feel like you're just kind of just like doing things without any support?
Yeah, like I said, some of them, yeah, it's like they are kind of working with me, not against me. That would be like a few modules. Other modules, on the other hand, it's more of I have like approached them before, maybe with like if it's a late submission, or just like not a detailed, like a very scrappy work or something, and then I try and let them know that it's because I barely have time to my academic life and stuff, but they'll just like let it pass by and say it is what it is.
Have you reached out to your accommodations office for students? I know that if there's any like outstanding circumstances that you can receive accommodations and support due to challenges or emergencies. It seems like that potentially could be a case for you. It's just something I would recommend looking into, whether that's you emailing their office, scheduling a meeting, or an additional reaching out to your academic advisor to kind of see what options would be possible in navigating that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm here to like talk to an academic advisor as well. And yeah, it's a road that I'm starting to see that I need to like take. I'm just like trying to plan out like where to get like the specific help that I would need, and yeah.
I mean, I would say emailing, communication is key, right?
Yeah.
I think in order to be visible and to ask for help, you have to, meet someone halfway there and, take the first steps of reaching out.
Sure.
Because, someone can't help you if they don't know what's going on. As far as your parents, do you think you'll be able to, I don't want to say have an intervention with them, but kind of explain to them kind of your purpose and your plan of why you're doing what you're doing and why you're in school and how, your goal is to maybe one day be able to support them or support yourself long term, and that's why you feel like going to school and attending school is important right now?
Yeah, I feel yeah, I would have to have a discussion with them, but it would have to be like more like professional type of thing. I have like laid down all my notes or my little presentation or something, and just like discuss with them outside of obviously arguments and stuff, when people are less defensive or offensive and stuff like that, and just like sit them down and like seriously talk to them and tell them that, look, I have this on certain times, and I want to have time specifically for my school and for my work, and then outside of that, I'm free to help you guys at these specific times, unless it's an emergency, of course. Then yeah.
I think it's a really great perspective and strategy to start. I would definitely see as well through your accommodations office and then through your academic advisor, if you guys could make a visual Google Calendar or some type of log to track your time. That way you're, keeping yourself accountable as well as someone able to help you become accountable or keep that accountability to achieve that plan.
Yeah, no, that would be like close to what I'm looking for right there. Would be just like to schedule out my time. Like, yeah.
That's a wonderful plan. Well, I believe that concludes our time for today. Is there anything else that you would like to talk or discuss before we schedule a new time and date for our meeting? And I forgot to mention, would you want this to be bi-weekly or weekly? I know this is our first introductory section.
Yeah, I think starting off, I would like to like come through weekly so I can just like get stuff together, and then as soon as I feel things are sorted out, then yeah.
All right, so sounds good. I'll give you some availability for what I have for our weekly hour meetings, and we'll go from there. But thank you for your time, Jordan, and it was nice meeting you. Looking forward to our next conversation.
Thank you.
Hopefully, when we come back, we can see some progress and see how things are going moving forward.
Thank you as well. I'll keep in mind that I'll come through, especially when I have situations and problems.
Sounds good. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you.